Hi, I'm Tom Case from Griffin Service, the home of the Florida rated AC, and today we're talking about the fifth component of Florida rated AC, and that's dehumidification. Dehumidification being fifth doesn't mean it's the least important. As a matter of fact, dehumidification is absolutely integral and essential to having a Florida rated AC in your home. Yes, the AC system, when it's running and cooling, will dehumidify during those cooling cycles. And yes, as we've described in other videos and other components of Florida rated AC, we can enhance and optimize that dehumidification during those cooling cycles to have incredible improvements and incredible results to how we dry your home during those calls for cooling. However, in our subtropic climate, from an engineering perspective, there's tons of time when you won't need to cool your house, but you will need to dehumidify it in order to maintain comfort and prevent things from growing like mold, mildew, microbials. So enter the dehumidifier, the ducted whole house dehumidifier component to your system. Now, this is an integral piece regardless of what type of compressor technology you choose for your home. Whether you have a single stage, 100% on, 100% off system, dehumidifier, super critical. Whether you have a staged, a two-stage system, 100% and 70-75%, dehumidifier, critical. And even with a modulating compressor inverter system where you can go from 100% down to 30%, it's only dehumidifying when the AC is actually running. So dehumidification is still crucial, even though the system is doing a much better job during all cooling season operation or cooling call operations. Everything outside of that, the ducted dehumidifier for the entire home that's integrated into the system is going to take care of the rest. Now, those are going to be days when first thing in the morning when it's not quite hot enough for the AC to run, but it's got all the morning dew and all the humidity that is making the house feel muggy. How about when the sun goes down? The same thing. As the house starts to cool down, less AC is needed, but it feels muggy. So what you got to do is you got to go turn the thermostat down even further to be able to sleep comfortably. That's humidity, not temperature. If we could dry the house, you wouldn't need to do that as much. What about in the middle of the afternoon, in the middle of summer, it's a brutally hot day, and then the daily storm comes. I call it the Florida car wash comes, and it storms and rains, and then the temperature goes from the 90s into the 80s, and the air conditioner is not as needed. The air conditioner cycles off, but we're set with that steamy. You can literally see the humidity in the air baking off the hot pavement in the hot yard. That's making our house muggy. Enter the dehumidification system. So there's all sorts of things like that. If you go away for periods of time, like you're an absentee owner, you're a snowbird, and you come down and you leave and you turn the thermostat up during the day while you're away from 75 or 76 up to 78 or 80, you need to control the humidity. The humidity is even worse when you raise that temperature. All the humidity level builds up because the air conditioner is not running as much. So enter the dehumidifier. The dehumidifier has got to be sized, properly engineered for the size of your home. It's got to be ducted and integrated into the system, and it's got to be controlled by the system in such a way that it can turn on itself to dehumidify, then utilize and leverage the variable speed blower in your air handler to centrally pull and distribute that dehumidified air to the rest of the house to control the overall humidity levels in your house. So, as you can see, even though we're talking about dehumidification as number 5 in the Florida rated AC system scope, it's foundational. It's right there with the right ductwork. Dehumidification is going to take precedence over other things like fancy systems and efficiency and SEER values. If you have a choice and you can't put all the pieces in place, dehumidification is one of the ones to consider very seriously to enhance any other system operations. Now, there's a little bit of thought here, which we'll guide you through, that you could fix the ductwork, get the variable speed blower, and put that great modulating compressor in with filtration and sterilization, and we can always add the dehumidification after the fact. So in that sense, it can be the cherry on top, but it's a necessary piece. It's always your home, your money, your decision. We're here to help and do what you want. Boom.